Welcome to Anywhere Anytime channel. In this video that I'm going to explain how to send HTML codes from Python view to Flask template. Let's see how to do that. First we need to open command window. Open it. I'm going to open the command prompt in an administrator mode. Window is open. Now I'm going to the root directory where I'm going to create our project folder. Our project folder is my project. Create it and enter into it. Now I'm going to open Visual Studio Code. It's an IDE for typing our Python code as well as templates and everything. So in this IDE, first we need to open our folder, project folder. Our project folder is in C drive. Open it. So now our project folder, my project, is open. Here our objective is we need to send a HTML code. We need to see how the HTML codes are sent as a response to the Flask template. How the HTML codes are processing there. You want to see. So for that, I'm going to create a Python view under this my project. Our Python view is going to be app.py. In this, first we need to import Flask. For that we use this command from Flask import Flask. After that we need to specify the entry point of our application. App equals Flask of __ name. After that we need to mention our app root. So in the browser, to execute this program in the browser address bar, first we need to type our Flask server address along with port number. After that we need to type the root URL. So the app root URL that helps for specifying our root URL. App.root we call this, where we need to specify our root URL. I'm going to type our root URL is just /. So when the request comes with this root URL, the Python function associated with this root URL will be invoked. So I'm going to associate a Python function called index with this root URL. So when the request comes to this root URL, so this function, what we'll do, we'll send a HTML code to the browser. So how to send HTML code means, for that we use return render template string function, where we specify HTML code. So here I'm going to send a welcome message. I'm going to embed that welcome message inside the paragraph. Then I'm going to bold it. Our welcome message is welcome to Flask application development. So this welcome message that we embed inside the paragraph tag, HTML paragraph tag. So now let's see, the job is over. Now let's see how this HTML codes are sent and how they are going to work in the browser. For that, first we need to start our Flask server. Before start our Flask server, we need to specify the Flask environment. For that, we use these commands: flask underscore app equals app.py. Then set flask underscore env equals development. Once these two steps are over, then we need to start our Flask server by issuing this command flask run. Now the server is running on this URL in this port number 127.0.0.1 is a server Flask default port number URL, and its port number is 5000. Let's call this URL Flask URL. When you call, we need to type our app URL, app root URL. Our app root URL is slash. So after typing this, a get request will be sent to this function, Python function. This function for that request will send a response. That response is our HTML code. So that HTML code will reach this browser where that HTML codes are parsed and the results are displayed. So this is our today's experiment. So in this video, we discussed how to send HTML codes as a response from Python view to Flask template. That's it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining. Thank you all.